All right, guys, welcome back to episode 4. And I'm with my partner in crime, Lil Pappy, aka Young Lil Pappy. And
Yeah,
we're going to be asking each other some questions, like kind of like a Q&A of what you supporters had sent me. So, yeah, let's get started with the questions. Are you ready?
yes, sir.
All right, guys. So, question 1 is for you. If you can have any superpower, what would it be and why? Also,
When it comes to superpowers, for me, I've always thought of this question. I've always uh spoken out with my cousin and some friends like, "Hey, what superpower would you have?" And they always say some goonery stuff like,
yeah.
"Oh, let me be invisible." Let me let me let me
I used to say
let me
that
do
too.
all that. Yeah, because of some goonery reasons. And for me, I would say the power to just by my touch know how to solve the problem. So, for example, let's say, right, I go walk up to a safe, I just touch the safe, I instantly know the password to it. All right.
Oh, okay.
Or if, let's say, I touch I don't know, uh, let's say I shake hands with someone. With just a handshake, I'm able to just know everything about that person. So I know how to, I guess, use that to help me and share or like to help them. Like, let's say this, right? I am able to handshake them
Mm-hmm.
and boom, I know what sickness they have, for example. Or I know how to solve sickness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know how to solve certain things instantly. Solve any problem with just pretty much minimal effort.
Okay, okay,
Basically
okay.
be an extremely smart person, but I had to touch that thing as
Mm-hmm.
like a little downside,
Okay, okay.
and that's basically what would be my superpower. But how about you? What would be your superpower?
Dude, honestly, my superpower would be to like basically like get me a vision and I want like a trailer in my head of the reason why I should fuck with you, why I should give you the time or day, you know? And if it gives me a good result, that's good. I'll fuck with you. If it gives me a bad trailer and I feel like, nah, this is bad energy, I'm just going to keep it pushing, Like,
You want to know, what the future holds with that person. You
yeah.
don't want to know like everything about them, but you want to know like,
Should I
okay,
should I
how is
fuck
this
with
gonna
them?
mesh with me?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, I got a question for you. What would be your favorite way to spend your day? On your day off, what is something you would like to do?
Honestly, if I'm not doing my hobby like music, I probably just chill with my family, we make something to eat and just talk, bond, whatever, or like we go out just like to see the real world. So I'm like mostly occupied with that, and I feel like family time is the best time. So I want it to last forever, but unfortunately sometimes it can't. That's basically what I do. What about you? What do you do?
Um, for me, normally I just relax. You can say relax. With my family, with
Yeah.
my girlfriend, and just hang out. Just I'm not really a go out person. I'm not someone that likes to you know go out and just be crazy like
Mm-hmm.
people our age.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
more of a homebody, so I just like relaxing and just
Me
spending
too.
time with close ones.
Me too, me too. Definitely, definitely. That's definitely like a good answer too. I feel like, it's very important. Next question is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh, for sure. I already know my answer. I would
Okay, okay.
100% go to Italy. I would
Italy?
go to Italy.
Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
what would you do there?
Uh, f- since am a huge soccer fan, I would watch this team called AC Milan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically, I've always wanted to go to the stadium. The stadium's called the San Siro. I've always wanted to go to that stadium. It's one of the most beautiful stadiums in the world.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, it's also been like a dream for my girlfriend to go to Italy because she's like, oh, this it looks beautiful. She would love to go
Mm-hmm.
to
Okay.
Venice, Italy, and I guess it's a nice dream that we both have, not just like one of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd
Mm-hmm.
be able to enjoy our time together.
Dude, that would be sick. That's like that,
Yeah.
or like even Paris too, Paris is a good one too.
Paris, to be honest, from all the stuff that I've heard people say about it, I'm like, I probably don't want to go to Paris because Paris, people say it's dirty, too many like thieves, so many like people from France are really racist. I don't know if you guys, there's any French people out there, and I'm sure
Really?
you're not one of those people, but I heard a lot of things about Paris for sure. Yeah.
What the fuck? I never knew that. Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I've heard a lot of things about French people, and I know quite a few French people, and they're all right, but the few bad apples are the ones that make it seem bad for the whole tree. You get me?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. It's always that one.
Yeah. So how about you? What would be your destination?
Well, to answer with your Paris one, I want to go to Paris myself because I know that they're gonna build a Louis Vuitton hotel, and I feel like that shit looks so fucking sick. But I gotta wait until 2026, so who knows?
Ooh, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, it's like a Louis Vuitton fucking hotel. Literally looks like a suitcase, bro. The way they built it, that shit looks so fucking sick. I
Sick.
I definitely want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to visit, my bloodline. I want to see what it's like. So far, what I've seen on the good part of Puerto Rico, it looks so fun. It looks vibey. The people are so fucking nice there. They do henna there, henna tattoos, and everyone just likes to party, and I like that shit. So, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
why not visit my roots?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would love to, go to where my family's from, check it out, get to meet some people I guess people that I haven't met. It's a beautiful thing to reach your
Yeah.
bloodline.
I really love the culture, and also it's like when I've talked to only one Puerto Rican before, dude, it's so crazy because we understand each other. No, some of them do know English and Spanish. That's why I like it, not just because of that, but it's more reasonable with me. You get what I mean? And for some people, they just want to learn one language, and I feel like, hey, if I want to learn more about my culture, I'll put you on about my culture, meaning like the English language. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Because in Puerto Rico, they talk so different. It's kind of so similar, I want to say, not to disrespect the Puerto Rican community, but it's low key like DR, Dominican Republic. It's so similar, the cultures and everything. Yeah. So, and then besides Puerto Rico, I want to go to Germany. It looks super beautiful.
Germany.
Yeah, I have a couple
Wow.
friends out there. Yeah, super nice and
Sick.
respectful. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I want to go to Atlanta because it's like a ghetto
Oh,
Hollywood.
Atlanta.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of artists like to work in that establishment in like the kind of bougie ghetto part, let's say. And I feel like that shit would be cool to go and see and work with other people. There's a lot of Californians that are from Cali that moved to Atlanta because it's so cheap, but now it's so expensive. So I mean, I don't know. I just want to go to visit. I'm not trying to stay there.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'm sure. I'm sure staying there would be a different story. Visiting,
Yeah.
it does look beautiful.
Yeah, I
Also,
definitely.
Chicago would look beautiful too.
Yeah, Chicago as well. Shout out to the Chicagoers. Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to go also to, like, I want to go a little bit of everywhere. I want to go to Puerto Rico, Cuba, Atlanta, Miami, Texas. I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to certain parts of the world. Vegas. I still haven't been to Nevada yet. So yeah, stuff like that.
Mm, I got a question for you.
Okay.
So, what would be, let's say, if you read books, right? Or if you don't read books, it's fine. If you got movies, well, what are your go-to books or movies?
My go-to books, the only one I've really read since I was little and then grew out of it was Judy Moody. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a little girl who's always grumpy and like she makes kind of problems for everybody in her household. She's super fucking like rude, disrespectful, but there's a good part to her as well. I've read all the Judy Moody books. Like I have the Goosebumps books, and I've read them. I've read a novel as well, the Pennywise novel for It 1 and 2. I have both in my collection.
Sick.
So yeah, I've read those, and then on my novel of the first one, I'm like half of it is done. I don't read no more because life just hit. I'm not in school no more. I don't really need to do that, but it is important to read and refresh your memory for bigger words and bigger pronunciations for stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, especially as like, like an artist, you got to spread your vocabulary.
Yeah,
You got
for
to make
sure.
sure you study your craft, because
Mhm.
if you stick to the same words and there's no variety,
Mhm.
you
Mm-hmm.
basically just stagnate, and you just don't grow.
No,
So it's
yeah,
good
that.
for you,
Mm-hmm.
personal level, and it's good for your career too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like very important, you know? So I'm glad that, maybe me being this art like me being an artist is like my vocabulary is so different than some people's, but it's definitely not. But yeah, so
Yeah, okay.
my question to you is what's the most unusual thing you've ever ate? Like what is something that's like, what the fuck is this? And you still ate it and you liked it.
Hmm. I would have to go with I guess a lot of people probably like this, right? But I would have to go with like soft shell crab. I would say it's a weird, obscure food
Mm-hmm.
because you're eating the entire crab, not just the legs or the body on separate. You're eating the shell as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it does come around as like very, I don't know how to explain it. Very weird. It's very like it's a really tough taste to explain. You feel me? It's
Yeah.
like it's like very hard at certain parts, but at the same time it's like soft,
Mm-hmm.
and you're thinking, like, am I really eating a crab? It's kind of weird. It's weird. So that would be my answer for that question. How about you?
Me, nothing. Like everything to me that is seafood wise looks disgusting as fuck, and I would never eat
Really?
that.
You don't like
Yeah.
seafood?
I don't.
No
I
way.
really don't. And I know like my culture as well, they like that shit. I would never get into it.
Yeah.
I would never.
Oh man, you're missing out.
I know
You've
everyone
never eaten a seafood boil?
I want to actually. I want to go to the what is it? Crab leg. It's like a crab bowl. I don't know, but yeah, I want to do that. But I mean, eating a live crab, is just like nah. The shrimp looks disgusting to me. I've always never been a shrimp type of person. The only time I ever ate shrimp and I feel like was kind of good was baby shrimp, and that was years fucking ago when I was eating it with ramen noodles. And some people say like, oh, that's like the worstest one, and it's kind of like okay, like it's fishy still. So what's the difference, But
Damn.
yeah, no, I mean nothing like that. Not no octopus, not no fucking squirrel, not no crab legs, nothing.
Squirrel.
Mm-mm. Yeah, some people eat squirrels, bro. It's crazy.
Hell no.
Crocodiles too. That's just fucking
I
crazy.
I
Hell no.
crocodiles, I could kind of understand. I feel like it's a more of a Florida thing.
Yeah.
But like squirrels, rodents, I don't know how people could eat rodents. I don't know. I got a question for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another question. I got another question. We're doing a little back and forth.
Okay.
Do you have any hidden talents? Like anything we might not know about apart from, rapping, which is not hidden. We all know it.
Yeah. Besides that being my gifted talent, definitely I could do some voices, of some cartoons, but nothing else like all crazy. So yeah, that's basically it.
Let's show us some.
Oh no, you want to put me on the spot so bad? Oh hell no.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's show some. All right, a
Okay,
little sneak peek.
all right. So this is my impression of Donald Duck. So
Hello, hi, how are you?
there you go.
Sick.
Yeah, voice actor coming soon. Nah, I'm just playing. What about you?
Yeah, hidden talents. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I honestly don't know. I don't think I have any hidden talents. I know most people have hidden talents,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I do.
All right, all right. So, my question is for you is what's your go-to karaoke song when you're buzzed or I don't know if you drink or not? What's like the go-to song that everybody in the house jams out to when you're singing it?
There's quite a few. I gotta really think about this one too. Um, fuck, what's his name? Oh, I guess Daddy Yankee.
Okay. So, Daddy Yankee, you sing Daddy Yankee, Daddy Yankee when you're doing your karaoke song. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I fucks with that.
Hell yeah. All right. Now for my question,
Okay, okay.
I would have to ask you if you would have to go grab anyone from the past, right? Absolutely anyone you could think of, dead or alive in history, who would you bring to the present and talk to? Who would you spend some time with?
Oof.
Ask them some questions.
Man, I want to say like Tupac, Tupac is
Oh,
very,
sick.
very poetic. He's very wealthy with his lyrics. I fuck with that. He's real raw with it. And I and what I've heard from his interviews, bro, I feel like me and him would have gone along just great. Like he is literally like me, bro. And it's so funny cuz I'm the same way. So let me explain to you guys. And what I mean by he's like me is he likes to work with people that he truly sees talent in and that he feels like, all right, this nigga is gonna help me make it too. Like I'm gonna help him out, he gonna help me out type shit. Like he's not gonna work with just anybody. Like he has to really fuck with you to work with you. And that's how I am too. Like I wanna sit there, bond with you for a minute, and then boom, we can make some slappers. If I feel like the connection's there or I feel like it's a little off, either we work or we don't. That's how he moves. And I just want some more tips, like, like Pac, like what do you think I should do to like change my style, and make it more poetic.
I get you.
So
Have
I
some more creativity, right?
for sure. My question is to you is what's your favorite holiday and how do you guys celebrate it? You and your family.
For me, I have to say Christmas.
Oh my god, me
It
too.
has to be Christmas, right? I am a huge giver, right? I love to
Me
give
too.
presents.
Yeah.
I love to give presents, but
Mhm.
sometimes I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty nice receiving shit. You
Mhm.
know, it is
Mhm.
pretty nice, receiving presents. Sometimes, you need something and someone slides you a bit of help to get that, and it's really
Yep.
appreciated.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
also, just overall, the overall vibe of Christmas is it's just positivity. It's not meant to ever be a negative, holiday.
Yeah.
When you think of Christmas, you don't think, oh, fucking fuck all this, life ain't shit. You don't think of Christmas that way. You think of Christmas as this holiday where everyone comes together,
Mhm.
and have some fun with family members, give each other presents, appreciation, all this stuff, eat some tamales, you feel me? Yeah,
Mhm.
for you get me. And yeah, pretty much Christmas is pretty much 100% the holiday that I always, it always be a soft spot.
For sure. For sure. Definitely.
And how about you? What would be your, go-to holiday?
Definitely, honestly, maybe it's not considered a holiday for some people because it's a different culture, but definitely Thanksgiving,
Oh,
Halloween,
yeah.
definitely Halloween, and also Christmas as well. Because for all those three, they all mean different things, but I feel like Christmas and Thanksgiving are so similar. Like because you get hella food, and for Halloween, it's just more so like looking at the kids' costume and how happy they are to just be out and get free candy, and stuff like that. Like that shit
Yeah.
just different, like being thankful. So definitely Christmas as well too, cause some tamales, some pozole rojo,
Hell
and
yeah.
just like hot
Let's get it.
cocoa. Christmas vibes, the lights, it's just I love it. But for Thanksgiving, definitely eating a lot, definitely. Like who wouldn't?
Hell yeah, bro. Like all of them are valid. Thanksgiving, I forgot to mention Thanksgiving, and we're literally in Thanksgiving season, so what's wrong with me? But
Right.
yeah, Thanksgiving is a nice time where families come together, and basically just eat eat some turkey, or some people like chicken, prefer chicken.
Or
That's fine
also
too.
too, and I love how, towards like before we start, we say what we're all thankful for. So that I feel like that's
Yeah.
a very empowering message as well when you're eating with your
It's
family.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And in some cultures, if you're Christian or not, you also, grab each other's hands and pray,
Mm-hmm.
and show what you're basically really appreciative over in life. And it's always something beautiful to think about, and be
Yeah,
appreciating to basically everything.
yeah,
Even, everyone goes through shit,
of course.
and throughout the years, life is tough, but it's
Mm-hmm.
always nice to have those moments.
Yep, yep. It's so true. All right. So maybe we can get two more questions. You can ask me the last one and then I'll ask you this last one and then that's a wrap, y'all.
For my question, what's what's a fun fact people don't know about you? What is something that uh the fans would want to know about Six Lit?
That my fucking life is literally like a movie. Not in a good way, not in a bad way. It's just mid, you know? I really appreciate the fact that my fans are so patient with me now, you know, because before they would be like, "Oh, drop a song. All right, cool, I'll drop." You know, like now it's like they understand I'm more grounded with things and I'm not on the internet. I never been like that. So, you know, definitely just being private and like enjoying my life and my family by ourselves, and nobody to like come and interrupt it,
Yeah, I feel you.
The last question is, or maybe one more, who knows, what's the best advice you've ever received, and why was it so special to you and you still cling on to it today?
Mm, all right. That's a really good question.
Okay, okay.
So for me, some piece of advice, I always been given advice from all types of sides, but I always gotta, really appreciate the advice my mom gives me. And basically, I would say no one is your friend when it comes to bad moments. Everyone's your enemy.
Yeah.
Because pretty much no one, knows the ins and outs of your life,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only up to you. And everyone, a lot of people turn your back on you when you reach those low points. So you got to make sure you don't fully just lean on a person. You got to make sure to work to overcome those obstacles. It makes you a better person. It makes you a stronger person.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And that's something that really sticks to me because yeah, it makes you realize life ain't easy. You just got to make it easy for yourself.
Right. For sure. That's so true.
Yeah, bro, and that's the advice that I received. And how about you? What is a piece of advice that people should know about?
Well, school wise, you should definitely know you don't go to school to make friends, you go to school to learn. That's one thing my mom's always told me, and it stuck with me, and that's why I'm a graduate today. That's so fucking true, and I'm gonna pass that on to my kids, and hopefully they pass it on to their kids, So definitely that. Definitely. If you could travel back in time, what period would you visit and why?
Ooh, I would, to be honest, if I had a teleporter, right, and I could just vibe right next to the teleporter at any given moment, just in
Mm-hmm.
case I'm in danger, what I would do is if I had the chance to go into a teleporter and keep the teleporter around me and, make sure I'm safe around the teleporter, I am going to the dinosaur period because
Oh?
I've always been a huge dinosaur kid, as when I was small, and
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to see how an actual dinosaur looked like. So I would go back then, look at a T Rex for like half a second before it eats me, and then just go back into that teleporter.
Yeah, dude, that's cool as fuck. I like that answer. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. How about you?
Honestly, I wish I can go back in time for a lot of things. But at the same time, I wouldn't be who I am today if I did that. So, what's in the past stays in the past, and it happened for a reason. So,
Yeah, I feel you. It's good not. Sometimes it's good not to mess with the past because you don't know
what it could bring
what
today.
could change in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. All right, guys. Well, this is basically a Q&A with me, your boy Six Lit, aka Big Lit Six in this bitch, and my boy Young Lil Pappy. Make sure you guys go follow us on Instagram. It'll be in the description. And make sure to follow the podcast and be updated Mondays and Sundays. Shout out.
Yeah, and if you guys got any questions, hit me up, and
Hit
we'll
me up
probably
too.
meet in the next. Hit us up, and it'll probably be in the next few episodes. All right.
Yep. All right, y'all. This is Six signing off. Thank you guys for tuning in for episode 4. Thank you again, partner, for being involved in the shit and
No problem. It's all love here, bro.
gang. All right, y'all. Peace out. Who knows? Maybe I'll drop an album. All right. Bye, y'all.